If you need me, just give me a call. You could actually tell how bad the divorce was based on the settings of the dude's treadmill. Did you know that? I thought I had it bad at 8.0 speed. I look at the guy next to me, 11.0 speed for 5 miles. I was like, you lost custody and the house? Jeez. It doesn't even go to 11. I don't even know how he got it to 11. It only goes to 10. The treadmill just adjusted to his feelings. It was like, these are sad divorced feet. We got to spinal tap it up to 11 right now. Fast, fast, fast. All right, guys, that's it for me. That's my time. My name is Isaac. Thank you.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. This was fun.
Yeah.
Here's my set list.
Hey, everybody. I wanted to go ahead and bring Mia Jackson up on the stage, so please give her a warm welcome.
Yeah.
Hey, here we go. Hey, Mia Jackson, everybody. So look, this is, I'm wearing my Zoom scarf like I normally would have on a Zoom wig, but you know, what is it? Today's Wednesday. I didn't have time for it. And I usually wear a Zoom wig because I'm at the point in my life where I have decided this year is done. I can do what I want. I don't have to do my hair. And that is why I wear a Zoom wig. This is also what I've been doing right now. I have been quarantining with my boo. And our conversations, thank you. Our conversations have been very, very interesting. Like, he was like, hey, you know, I want you to be around me during this quarantine. And I thought that was very beautiful. And then one day he looked me in my face and was like, but you know what? Your mustache is really not even that thick. And I was like, oh, wow. I said, this sounds like a conversation you were already having that I was not involved in. And you just, okay, that's cool. You just go around telling people, okay. I was like, that's fine. It's, you know, I can't get to my usual places to get stuff done, but this is where we are now. This is who we are as people. And it's very upsetting. This has also been a time of discovery for me as well. I put on some leggings and I thought they had a cool design on the side, but it turns out they were actually just secret snack pockets. And I was just so thankful because I was like, I could have been putting candy in my pockets on my treadmill the whole time, you know, and now that I know that information, I'm a better person for it. So it might be something that's going on in your life that you didn't realize was there, you know, either. So just check everything. You might find out something. In the past couple of years, you guys, I have lost 40 to 50 pounds.
Okay.
So thank you guys. It's probably a little closer to 10 because I do lie about it all the time. There's a strong possibility I did not lose weight at all. I just like to just really throw out numbers, and I don't know if you know this, but you can tell people whatever you want. Like, you can just say what numbers make you feel good, and you just tell people. Sometimes I say I lost 80 pounds. Sometimes I say I lost 5. It just depends on how recently I saw a person. But I did realize I had to like watch what I was eating, and I learned that food addiction is a real thing, and this is how I knew I hit rock bottom. So I got electrocuted trying to eat some hot dogs off of a George Foreman grill. And listen, in my defense, my hot dogs had cheese inside because I have a refined palate, so I know good food. But what I did not know is that my grill had a short in it. And I found out about the short, but I still tried 3 different times to reach for the hot dogs. So the first time I got shocked, I was like, ooh, that's a mistake. Let's try again. And then the second time I was like, ouch, but I'm not a quitter. And then the third time I was like, oh, you know what? I think I'm dying. I think I have died. And I say that because it got very dark and then I saw a light. And then I heard this big booming voice, and the voice was like, girl, get a salad. And I was like, who is that God? Like, who is talking to me? But it was actually just the dude I was dating at the time, because he was a hateful man and he was very rude. Now, I will say this. This is how you know that food addiction, like, something's broken. You know that something's going on because you're like, why would somebody try to fight through electricity to eat processed meat? And how the grill was set up. Like it was actually designed to help you eat healthy because you would lay, you know, you put all your meat on there and it would drain all the grease and the fat into that little cup, the little tray. But I was then using that as a dipping sauce. So I just would just pick up the tray and just, you know, and I was just like, that's delicious. Like that's God's gravy. I love it. Like, why should I deny myself all this grease? But I have improved my life recently. And this is something else I just remembered not too long ago. I'm gonna tell everybody out there, protect your heart if you can, like just because love can be dramatic. And I was reminded of a time that I dated a man who I found out had been secretly wearing my shoes in my absence. And I just, let me clarify, not like my heels or anything, but you know how you have those athletic slides that you just, you know, you put some socks on, you walk around the house. And I found out, this is how I found out. I came in one day and I said, hey, you seen my shoes? And he was like, oh, my bad, I broke them. And I said, I need to know what that means. Like, how did you break a pair of shoes? And he's like, oh yeah, they gone, they in the trash. So then I got a new pair and I found out he also had been secretly wearing those and he broke those too. And I just want to clarify for the people out there, you know, I'm a tall woman and I wear what in a men's size shoe would be a size 9. This dude wore a size 14. So he had no business in my shoes. And when I say broke them, I mean like if this is the shoe, this is the strap. I'm not talking about this part. I mean, he broke these shoes in half. There was no back to the shoe. And he had the nerve to still walk around the house with backless shoes, just scraping around the floor, just living his life. And I don't know how he did this because I'm like, you work from home. What are you doing during the day when I'm not here? Like, are you outside playing kickball with children, but you're just using a concrete ball? Like, I don't know what is happening. Also, the only thing I could come up with is that this dude was turning into the Hulk, but only in his feet. Like, that's the only thing I figured out. And so I'm just saying, you cannot love somebody whose foot is too strong for shoes. Okay, because if that person don't care about their shoes, they don't care about your heart. That's all I'm saying. So don't do that. Don't love that kind of person. Now, I briefly mentioned I am a tall woman, 6 feet tall. This is a problem for me as a person because a lot of times people think that my height means I have authority. That's not true. A lot of times if I'm walking down the street, I've had people stop me for directions. Don't trust me because I can see 2 blocks over. Okay. Also, you have a phone. Be better than that because I'm going to give you the wrong directions on purpose. Don't rely on me. I also get some weirdly specific compliments. One day I had this man walk past me on the street. He just kind of stopped and he looked me up and down and he was like, hey girl, I like your size. And I said, no, you do not. You don't say you like somebody's size because I don't know what you want from me. Like, I was like, is he trying to recruit me for a 35 and over basketball team? Like, I don't like that he see me and he was just like, you know what? She looks like she can go hard in the paint. She'll pull down some rebounds for us this season. We're going to win our rec league. Like, is that what you wanted? Or there's another part of me that thought he was like, you know what? She can fit in my trunk. And I'm just like, he was looking at me like, you know what? I like her length. I like her width. She'll fit. I just built a box. And listen, I watch a lot of true crime. Let me have this one. It's a real fear. Okay. It's a very, very real fear. Also, I one time had this woman when I was in New York. I was leaving a store and she just ran up on me out the street. This is what I mean by people thinking I know things. And she was like, why is the train down? And I said, I don't know why you asked me that. And then I just went, oh no, I have a transit informational shaped body. Like I look like I would know train schedules. Like that's why she asked me that. And then I just had to accept that that's my body type. And then we just kept looking at each other and she wouldn't move. And I was like, are you going in the store or not? She was like, oh, well, I'm going in. And then I said, well, then you need to stand clear of the closing doors. So that's how I leaned into it. I give train announcements now and I do it in real life. So one other thing, I'll tell you this before I go. The man that I mentioned that was talking about my mustache, he's 6'4". And as a 6 foot tall woman, I don't have height privilege. Smaller women get away with a lot of things. Things are adorable and cute. Like I learned I can't pillow fight with him at all because when I come walking down the hall with a pillow, I am a legitimate threat. Like it's not adorable. You know, he's looking at me like, I need you to stand down. Like, I need you to move right now. Also, I can never be the little spoon. Like, we're just too close in height. So like when we lay down and cuddle, we don't spoon, we knife. So we're just kind of like this the whole time with each other. And he is also a very skinny man. So his whole body feels like an elbow. And I'm just like, how are you uncomfortable as a whole person? Like, I don't know how this happened. But this is where I get very envious of smaller women. You can wear your man's clothes and it's very cute. Like, smaller women can put on their man's t-shirts and they're like, ooh, this looks like a nightgown. Or you can wear one of his button-down shirts and you can just be like, ooh, I'm standing in the kitchen. I'm pantsless. I just made you breakfast, you know, like in the movies, and it looks so cute. But if I put on my dude's clothes, I'm like, this fits good. Like, where did you get this? Like, is this 17 inches in the neck? This is so beautiful. And I will wear this to work tomorrow with an ascot. So thank you. But anyway, bye guys. That's it for me. So thank you, everybody.
Thanks, Mia Jackson. That was awesome. That was awesome. Okay, up next, Ray Easter. Welcome him to the stage.
Hey,
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
thank you. Yay. All right. Thank you, Lee. You guys see me?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Getting my name right. A lot of people don't. That's all right. You know, excuse me. So I get, I have a confusing last name, I will say this, that is a stage name, Easter. A lot of people get disappointed when they hear that, but my real name is Cedric the Entertainer. So you can see how that, just doesn't work in stand-up. Yeah, hope you guys have been staying safe during COVID. It's been really, I've been trying to, social distance, I'm also social media distancing too. I'm just standing 6 feet away from everybody and unfollowing everybody. I'm just, who knew life would be great when you're away from everybody and you can't see their thoughts all day. I just feel so clear. It's great. Feel pretty healthy during COVID. I watched this documentary not too long ago that kind of helped me understand, about this virus going around. It's called Big Trouble in Little China. So you should, check that out if you guys are into cult classics. And yeah, I'm trying to be safe because I'm one of these people that are at risk, because I have asthma. It's pretty rough. I hate, it's rough having asthma. Last time I went to the doctor, I tried to ask him if there were some ways that, that I could reduce my asthma, because there's no cure for it. And he said, yeah, well, one way that you could reduce asthma is you could start running. And I go, oh, that's cool, Doc. Not sure if you saw my paper before you walked in the room, but that's actually how I got in here. So I'm not sure. You're a medical professional. I don't necessarily like your fight fire with fire approach to my disease. This is why I don't come in here. Last time I came in here with the broken arm, the last doctor said, yeah, why don't we break the other arm? Then you won't be feeling your first arm, So, man, it's rough having asthma and being black too on top of that, It's like I got two things, It's difficult. Like I hate mild exercise and racism just the same. Like that's it's a weird approach when you look at it that way. It's just a dedication that I don't have, to both of them. And plus, it just looks fun for the people that are really into it, and I'll let them be into it over there. I am glad that I am, that I am a millennial and I have asthma now, while being black. Cause like, if I were around at any other time where like the civil rights era, I would have been completely useless, because like if people were coming to me like, hey, we're going marching down to Washington, I'd be like, ugh, about how fast are we marching? Doesn't really sound like my speed of protesting. If I hear anything about a light jog or a skip, I'm out. I can't do that. That's why my favorite civil rights leader is Rosa Parks. So all she had to do was just sit there. I'm like, yes, what I like. I'm out here in LA. I live in a neighborhood called Koreatown, which is a great place to have a racial identity crisis. So I was hanging out. I was actually at the airport, and I struck out this conversation with this older white lady, and we were talking about some of the neighborhoods of Koreatown, of LA. And I mentioned that I lived in Koreatown, and she goes, "Oh, Koreatown. Wow, okay. Are you half Korean?" I was like, "No, I don't. I don't know where you would get that idea from. It's odd you would ask." She goes, "Oh, I don't know. It's Koreatown. I just, assume the people that live there, they might be Korean." So man, oh, that's my jam actually. So I said, "No, ma'am, actually, I couldn't find a place in Negro Town that was actually in my price range." She goes, "Oh, don't you mean Inglewood?" I'm like, "All right, I got a plane to catch." I don't know. I get that a lot. I do have a light complexion. I know this light shining on me kind of makes me look a little bit brighter. I get that. I was before COVID. I was hanging out at one of the comedy clubs, and I had this random dude come up to me, and go, "Hey, don't you have a white parent?" I was like, I think that's an odd way to start off a conversation. But no, no, I don't. He goes, "Oh, no, okay, no, that's cool, man. For a second there, man, I thought you were one of those Milanos." All right. Thank you, Damon. I'm glad you caught that. I believe this woman, I believe she was looking for the word mulatto, which is actually it's like a slur that describes someone who was half black and half white. But this lady thought I was a cookie. So that's a new one. That's actually not a new one. I actually got that a lot, growing up in high school. I went to a predominantly white high school, and a lot of the other kids would call me an Oreo. So I grew up thinking like all white people just see black people as different brands of cookies. It kind of makes sense. I do that today. That's still my thing. Anytime I see like an older black dude, I'm like, "Oh, hey, look, there's a famous Amos right there." Just point them out. Let's see. A lot of my family is Christian. They're praying for me here. I grew up in the suburbs of Virginia, but I went to church in this bad neighborhood of Washington, D.C., called Washington, D.C. And it was interesting there because, the church folk there, they invite everybody in, So they had a lot of homeless people who come in, have a lot of homeless people sitting with you. And then they also invite a lot of politicians. So, you got the politicians and the homeless people here in the church. Like every Sunday I was just surrounded by people that ask you for money, It's like, why are you, I'm 11. I don't have any, no tithing, this week. Sorry. It just gets confusing, because I was also listening to a lot of rap music at that time when I was younger. and I heard this song by Tupac on my way to church one time. Came on radio. It was a song called "I Wonder If Heaven Has a Ghetto." Like, I hope not. Like, what are we going on if that's the case? Like, you mean to tell me like I could die and be next door neighbors with Adam and Eve and still have roaches? Like, that doesn't sound that appealing, you know? But I don't know. I don't go too much anymore. It kind of disappoints them. I just don't know how to like talk religiously. That kind of confuses me, you know, with all those thy, that, you know, all those words. Like my dad's is a deacon, and he, you know, I texted him, you know, last Easter, just a very simple text. I thought it read, "Hey Dad, Happy Easter." Okay, and he texts back, "Ray, may you be blessed all of the days of your life to grasp the depth of God's love and resurrection power." And I texted back, "Word." He texted back, "Word of God." And I was like, all right. I had to throw your little joke in there, but all right. That goes in the act. So thank you guys. That's my time. Hey.
Thanks so much, Ray. That was
Thank you.
wonderful. That was wonderful. So next up, we have Sydney Adeni.
Yeah.
Okay, thanks. Damon gave me applause. I appreciate that, brother. Hey, everybody. Good to not see you. I'm pretty sure y'all out there, though. I'm man. Let's just. There's a lot going on right now. I mean, this pandemic, but like, there's a couple people, comics in this room that live in LA, right? Isaac and Ray, right? Okay. I don't know if you guys know, but it's on fire. Like, you know, I moved from Chicago, you know what I'm saying, where we have cold winters and then, like, you know, the shooting season, to fire season. You know, like what kind of like world thing is that? And this is like, yo, dog, what you gonna do this weekend? I don't know. It might be firing, you know, outside. So like, you know, it's a little uncomfortable. Like yesterday, I drove to a shoot and I just drove into smoke. Like that was a thing. Like if you guys ever seen one of those scary movies where there's just billows, smokes, and fog, that's what it looked like. And I was like, oh, gotta go to work. Looks like the fire's out. This is the life in LA. A little bit about myself. I'm Nigerian, which is pretty cool. You know, maybe that's kind of weird to say because you guys might be looking at me weird, like, because we're on the internet. Like, he doesn't look like a Nigerian prince. Don't share your email. I'm Nigerian, but you know, every time I talk about being Nigerian, I get either people thinking I'm gonna email scam them, or they get really excited, which is very interesting. And others like, oh, you Nigerian? For real? You gotta meet my Nigerian friend. And I don't know why they want to introduce me to their friend. Like, what do you think is going to happen? Like magic or something like that? And here's the problem. Every time I meet their friend, they're never Nigerian. They're usually Jamaican. Like, what? Like, come on, that's not even in the same continent. Like, come on, like, you Google map this? But like I said, like, I don't know what they think is going to happen. Like, they think magic is going to happen. You know, like, they finally make it together. They finally get it right. They have that Nigerian at a party, and I walk in. I'm just like, oh, okay, it's cool in here. Girls over there, I'm going to grab some drinks. And then I see the Nigerian in the corner. I'm like, oh, my God. And we just, like, stare at each other for, like, 17 minutes or something like that. And then all of a sudden you hear, Ma Sambinya, Baba Bi Baba Go. Way out. You got the other Nigerian in the corner like, Imubali, Imubalubala, Imubala. Your white friend's like, yep, I knew it. 1 point for me, 0 for white guilt. Well, let me be honest. I'm half Nigerian. I'm half regular black. So, yeah, it means I grew up on welfare and on the honor roll. What? You know what I mean? Like I listen to Dave Matthews, but with the bass really loud, though. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it gangster. Tripping on Billies, you know, being a real thug. Growing up as a Nigerian kid was weird, man. Like, I don't know. It's just weird, especially coming from like a family that education is so important, and then realizing that, you know, you're the dumb one. That's especially real in foreign families, man. Like, because and I think my parents knew I was gonna be the dumb one. Because my brother and sister have beautiful Nigerian names. For real, like my sister, she is a doctor. She practices internal medicine. She's out in Seattle. And her name is Bola Joko, which is a great, strong Nigerian name, right? It means sitting with wealth. My younger brother, younger than me, he used to design Black Hawk helicopters. And now he works for Google, you know? Yeah, Google. The everything thing. His name is Olenriwaju, you know, which means my wealth is your future. And it's kind of arrogant. Like, you guys need me. Like, shut up, jerk. Like, you ain't cool at all. Whatever. My real Nigerian name is Sydney. Like, what the heck did that come from? It's like all of a sudden I popped out. My dad's like, I don't like this one. Give him a Jewish name. I'm like, that's not cool at all, man. That's not cool. Grew up doing different things, man. Like, just I was a weird kid. You know, I tried to be a thug. You know what I'm saying? I tried to be a gangster. It didn't work. First of all, like I didn't know like there was a height limit to being a gangster. You know what I'm saying? Like it did not work out at all for me, you know? Like I'm on the street just like trying to be a, you know, gangster and stuff, and people make fun of me, come up to me like, oh, look at you, little baby thug. Oh, looking like a Lil Wayne. Look at you. A baby Busta Rhymes. I'm like, stop making fun of me, lady, while I'm trying to rob you. Like, that's not cool at all. Like, give me your wallet and an apology. Like, that really hurt my feelings. Like, you call me a Lil Wayne? Like, that's not cool at all. Not be a thug, like, and then these glasses don't help. This is not gangster at all. Like I look like the thug Steve Urkel. Like that's not gangster. You know, like my street name would be 4 Eyes. Like that's not cool. That's not like 2 Chainz. So you got 2 Chainz. I got astigmatism. Not the same thing. You know, like it's like I don't know. Like maybe you know, like I don't know. Maybe I'll be like the thug Steve Urkel or something like that. Like that's it's just not cool. Like if I don't know, if I made it cool, I'll like shoot some like, wow, did I do that? You know what I'm saying? Like a real gangster would. And like Ray, I got asthma. That's not gangster at all. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not, you cannot be a thug and have asthma, you know what I'm saying? Be on the corner with the homies like, yo dog, hit that. I'm like, no, I'm cool. I got my own. You know what I'm saying? Like, you better hit that, man. Make you breathe better. You know, like, that's not gangster. Always going around. Like, I couldn't even get in the gang, man. Like, I didn't do very well at the gang tryouts or the audition. You guys know what I'm talking about. Open house. Apparently, I didn't do very well because I smiled too much. Like, they got mad at me. You know, like I'm up there happy. There's like, yo, dog, what you up here happy for? I'm like, I don't know. It's just nice we're all together, you know? Gang banging and selling drugs. Like, let that Dave Matthews, fellas. Let's keep it gangster. What? Tripping on some billies. We're like ants marching. Man, I could not be a thug. You know, I only have a couple minutes left, and I wanted to do something really fun and interactive with you guys. Lee, would you be able to do me a favor? Now, I'm actually switching it up. I didn't tell anybody I was going to do this. I do comedy, but I also teach comedy as well. And one of the lessons that I did today, which everyone can participate, you can actually write in your jokes, because I'm going to teach you guys a little comedy. And if all my comics want to participate, please do. This joke lesson is called Get Out and Vote, because yesterday was just National Voting Registration Day. So we are all going to do slogans about why it's important to get out and vote. All right. So Lee, would you be able to do maybe gallery mode or just regular mode, so that way all the other comics can participate? Also, if you get anybody that puts in a get out of vote comment in Facebook, please share it with us. So I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off, because I need TikTok so that way I can learn all the cool dances that the kids are doing. Get out and vote. That's literally all you have to do, is make a statement. At the end of that statement, say get out and vote. All right, comics, if you're ready, just like throw your hands up. I'm gonna hit you up, call you. Here's another one, because dudes shouldn't be making laws about other people's bodies. Get out and vote. You know, like what else? What else? Because there's aliens in our atmosphere doing backflips, and that is not even a big story. Get out and vote. You got one? If you got one, I can keep on going. Lee, if you got one too. Okay, one more. Okay, I'll go ahead and say this. Ladies and gentlemen, I miss outside, and I got in a COVID breakup, and I need to leave. Get out and vote.
All right, I got one.
Go ahead, Isaac.
Yeah, I know as the Chinese guy, I sneeze a lot, but I am not a virus. Get out and vote.
Get out and vote. What? What else? Anybody else got one?
I don't have one. I
Don't.
don't. Mine is just people died for this. Get out and vote.
Right? Oh, Mia, that is right. There is 200,000 reasons to go get out and vote. And you know, a big reason to get out and vote, guys, it's hard to do virtual comedy shows, and we want to see you guys in person. Get out and vote. Get out and vote, ladies and gentlemen. That's my time. Thank you guys so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sydney. That was awesome. Awesome. So we have one final act tonight, and that is Damon Sumner. Damon, you got the stage.
What's going on, everyone? What's going on? Hopefully you're having a good time. It's always good to follow a voter registration PSA. That's always good. I don't have anything encouraging to talk about like that. But yeah, hopefully you're feeling good. Let's get into this. I haven't had dinner, so let's not waste any time over here. Let's talk about some things. Listen, I'm an optimistic person. I like to look at the cup half full. That's the type of guy I am. And I'm excited when we're on the other side of the pandemic and we're in a new world in 2037. I'm excited when we are free and ready to be outside living life frolicking right now. Before we do that, though, I think we all can agree there's certain things that can't leave 2020, right? There's certain things that got to stay in this old world, like community pools. We can't have that in the new world. We got to shut that down. We got to let that go, because I found out certain people don't wash their legs, and we got to let that go. I'm not going to say any names, but you know who I'm talking to. If it's not you, it's your uncle, your auntie. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you know people are nasty out here, so we can't have community pools in the future. We can't have it. We also got to make sure the bowl of nuts at the restaurant and bar, that doesn't go into the new world. We got to shut that down. I thought we all knew nuts are private. Obviously, they've been public this whole time. That's probably why we're in this situation to begin with, because people don't wash their hands. So we got to let that go. We can't have that in 2037. We can't have it at all. No. We also have to make sure, and I think we can agree on this. If you didn't agree on the first two, I think we all can agree on this one right here. There's a certain group of people, right, that we just all can agree with that can't make it out of this world right here. And that are the people with outie belly buttons. We can't have it. We can't have it in the new world. We can't have them out. Listen, it's statistically, there's one of us in this Zoom right now, but I'm not going to say anything because I can't see their bottom. What I am trying to tell you is that we can't have it. I'm not going to allow it. I can't have you in a crop top with a Monopoly thimble sticking out. It's unacceptable. We can't have you in the new era. I'm sorry, but that's just how it goes. I don't make the rules, okay? I get on Twitter. They tell me what to say. I come on here. That's how that works out here. But I'm excited to be sitting sock free, telling some jokes out here. Hopefully you're having a good week. And listen, it's crazy out here. We're not gonna lie, but we're trying to make the best of it, right? And I'll say this too, because like I found out like some of my friends are doing much better than I'm doing during this pandemic. And that didn't make me feel too well because I found out that a lot of my friends, they don't eat the booty part of the bread. You know what I'm saying? They don't eat the booty bread, and even like booty bread, like the front piece and the small piece that look like it don't really belong. And I'm looking right here, some people shaking their head in the Zoom, and it's not okay. It's not okay. Listen, I eat the booty bread. I don't pay for my own Disney Plus, so I can't afford that type of freedom. You understand what I'm saying out here? I don't have that type of money in my savings account not to eat that. Hashtag eat the booty bread, man. I know some of you guys in college, you got to eat all the bread, okay? You can't afford. Okay, you do not have enough from FAFSA to not be eating the booty bread. Hashtag eat the booty bread, man. Put that on the shirt. Because that's just how I'm living. That's how I'm surviving out here in the pandemic. What else is going on in my life, man? Here's the thing. I was reminded though, and I was encouraged. I do like encouragement. That's an important part of my life. And I was encouraged a few days ago when I was reminded that I've actually been in a pandemic already. And I was like, oh, okay, I've got the mindset to survive a pandemic because the first pandemic I went through was the era of cooties. I don't know your age in here. I got a few people shaking their heads. If you made it through the cooties era, we got a chance. We got a chance to get on the other side in 2048 to get out of here because cooties, nobody really talk about cooties. Like that was you remember that? Like some of you might remember cooties. I don't know if it made it into the early 2010s out here. Recess, right? You remember recess, freeze tag, hopscotch, you know what I'm saying? A little double dutch. Cooties. Cooties was out there too. Cooties was the recess STD. Nobody talks about that out here, but I'm not here to bring that up. I got cooties in 1992, thought my nipples were gonna fall off, but I'm not here to bring that up. I digress. Let's move along out here. But that was it. If you had that, man, you're gonna make it out here in these streets. I'm also a dad. That's something about me that I don't know if you could tell from my face. I try to put on some little olive oil today. I don't know if I look like a high school running back, but I am a dad. I got 3 kids, man. I don't know if there are any parents listening to this. I got 3 kids. It's not a game. This whole 2020 has been a whole thing. Sydney, I got one now. Get out and vote. I just want to take my kids to a Chick-fil-A indoors for 6 hours and walk out. That's all it is.
Yeah.
That's all I need. I just need an indoor
vote.
playground and a peach milkshake. That's what I need. Get out and vote. But what am I saying? I'm off track. I'm a dad, man. I love being a dad. Now, here's the thing, though, about being a parent is that you realize that as a parent, that you don't know everything that's about to happen, and you're not prepared for everything. A few months ago, my oldest girl, she's in a tough phase right now where she's learning how to wipe herself. Yep, you heard me. You heard me well. That's a tough time. People don't talk about that. You ain't think about that as a parent. As a non-parent, you're like, damn, you got to teach somebody. You do. They don't just come out the womb learning how to do everything. So she's learning how to wipe. It is not going well. That's actually why I'm doing this show now. I needed an hour. And so what goes on here a few days ago is bubble bath day. We love bubble baths at our house. And so my oldest daughter, she comes into the bathroom. She takes off her little princess shirt, right? She takes off her little princess panties, right? And then she's getting ready. And as I go to get the soap for the bathtub, I look at the princess panties. And I said, hey, what happened to the princess? She said, the princess is sick. I said, this princess is dead. I don't understand what is happening right there. It looked like she sat in a Kit Kat. Are you listening to me out there? It is not good. She needs more broccoli in her diet. That's what I'm trying to tell her. It is not good right now for her at all. I do not wish to. We have to throw the whole trash can away. We just moved houses, if I'm honest with you. That's why it looks like a U-Haul behind me right now. But it's interesting being a parent, man. It is. I've got 3 kids. And I'll just say this. If you don't know this as well, kids are creeps. I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of burst that bubble. If you thought they were sweet and smell like glitter, they don't. They're creeps, okay? Back in April, when I thought, I would be doing this show in person in October, So I'm in the restroom. I'm having a good time. I'm on Instagram. I'm there for an hour, you know, living my best life, right? And so you know when there's a crack between the door and the wall, right? You know that little crack. There's a little slither of light, and there's the door, then there's a little crack, right? And so I'm on the toilet living my best life, and all of a sudden, about half hour in, I look up and I just see one eyeball. Listen to me. I see one eyeball just in the crack, just looking at me. I'm like, who is that? And I'm just like, what is happening? My oldest daughter goes, it's me. It's me. I'm just in here watching. I said, how long have you been here? She looks at her fake watch, looks back up and goes, oh, the whole time. I said, get out of here. What's wrong with you, man? Kids are creeps. You can't trust them, man. What's wrong with you? So, you know, I've got 2 kids now, and I left her to Chick-fil-A. So that's just how it goes. It wasn't even open, but we're going to make it. Wishing her well. What else is going on, man? This has been a lot of fun. I don't even know if you're having a good time, but I am. I haven't talked to people in 4 days, so I'm just glad to just use my voice. What else is going on? I'm a sweetie. I'm not a bad boy. Me and Sydney, we could probably rob a Toys R Us, but that's about it. That is it. I'm not. I wish I was a bad boy. I grew up wanting to be a bad boy, but I'm not. I shop at Old Navy online. I'm not a bad boy. I'm a sweetie. That's what I am. I sit down to pee for accuracy. I'm not a bad boy. That's what it is. I'm a sweetie. I know myself. Listen, as an adult in my 30s, bad boys are different. Bad boys got pistols. They drink hard liquor. You know what I'm saying? They got hair in their chest. I play the board game Twister. You know what I'm saying? Remember the board game Twister? Bad boys don't play Twister. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you're never gonna find a bad boy underneath another bad boy trying to get to a yellow. That's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. But I'll sit on your chin to get to a red. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I live my life because I'm a sweetie. You understand? It's good. You got to know yourself, man. As you get older, whether you're 18 or whether you're 57, you got to just figure out yourself. I'm also a sweets connoisseur, which is problematic. I don't know if I would eat a hot dog off the George Foreman grill and then chase it down with the grease, but I think about it. I think about it. You understand? And so here's the thing. I'm a sweets connoisseur, but I'll also try anything once, which is not a good combination. That's not a good combination to have. At my stature, I was in China a few years ago teaching abroad. Everybody should do that once. I loved it. But I had scorpion on the street. Okay, I don't know if you ever had scorpion on the street. It's not good. And then I go a few days later, I go to Beijing, and then I have whale blubber. I had whale blubber in Beijing. It was not, it tasted like air going in, felt like gerbils coming out. You understand? Like it is not good. I'm broken inside. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yo, that's it for me, man. Hope y'all had fun. Y'all be safe. I'm Damon Sumner.
Yeah.
Awesome. Everybody, amazing. What a great comedy hour, everybody. Special thanks to Isaac, Damon, Mia, Ray, and Sydney. Thanks for joining. Thanks for showing everybody what comedy's about. Everybody can come out and do virtual shows. You can book more than one artist. We can have 2 or 3. We can do comedy and acting classes. You name it, we've got it together. So everybody have a wonderful night.
Hey, Lee, I got one. Wait, I got one. One more thing.
I'm already off.
I got it anyways. Both the race parents are black. Get out and vote.
Love it. Love it. I did that lesson earlier today. I teach like senior stand-up, like senior citizens, and they were like just going at it. I was just like, whoa, everybody.
That'd be hilarious. I want that story.
Yeah.
You're trying to teach comedy to senior citizens and bringing up voting.
Oh, some of the seniors have Alzheimer's or dementia. So like, yeah, like that's even, crazy. But yeah, no, everybody was going ham on it. Everybody, like, there's this lady from Russia, and she was just like, you guys don't want to live in Russia. Go out and vote.
Well, the best part was you had all comedians here other than me, and everybody just kind of went,
Hey, they have nothing for you, man. Hey, they have nothing for you.